1935 Ford Cabriolet.
You what?
When you say tack weld, is that just trying to get it close?
No, it's just a small weld to hold it in place, and then you take it off and finish weld it afterwards.
Do you hold it in place to see if you have to change anything?
No, just because right now we don't want to weld underneath the car too much because it spatters everywhere and burns the paint and whatnot. We got it welded to where it's connected right now. It wouldn't be enough of a weld. It needs to be welded more. We'll take it off the car and finish it. These bends here, buy these bends.
10 pieces on this.
Oh, so you buy pieces like that?
Yeah, and straight pieces, and then you just see here, we've got a little bend here and a little bend there. That's why all these joints are here, to get the form that you want. In a muffler shop, they'll make this out of a solid piece and put it in one piece and make all the bends, but it doesn't look very good and it's not very accurate. This way you can get it just perfect, where it clears everything that it needs to. And in a muffler shop, so that they don't have to worry about it clearances, they'll make it fit real loose. It'll be real low and it won't be all, this is all tucked up in real nice and tight to the car.
So what's your general clearance you try to keep away from things then? Because that, I mean, how close would you want to get to that rear end and stuff?
Well, the rear end you don't have to worry about. The floorboards, you try to stay away from the floorboards because obviously they'll make your feet hot, make the floor hot if it's real close. Right now it's about a couple inches away from the floor. Typically you want at least an inch, inch and a half.
And you get pretty tight with the rest of it.
Yeah,
we're probably, not a quarter inch here.
Yeah, there's some places where there's only a quarter of an inch clearance, but that's not a heat consideration. That's just a steel plate. It doesn't, we don't have to worry about it getting hot. The main thing is when you rev the engine moves and torques inside the car, and it makes the exhaust do the same thing. So you try to get enough clearance so that when you accelerate and the engine torques and moves, that the exhaust doesn't bang against anything.
How much do you think that moves?
Depends on your motor mounts, but they'll move a quarter inch anyway.
Yeah.
See, on the driver's side, we got it close on the bottom. We got more clearance on the top because the driver's side of the motor comes up from the torque, so it'll be in good shape.
So how many brackets, I mean it's bolted to the manifold obviously, but how many different?
Just here and one
Two
more
places.
spot up here. 2 places on each pipe.
The tubing I bought from a steel tubing warehouse that's specialized. They bend it and just sell you all the little pieces so you can do your own exhaust.
What place is that?
I got that from
Jegs.
See, if you go to the auto parts store and buy them, this is what they look like. Got all the crimps in it, and they're just not very attractive. Not very active.
Those are mandrel bent, and they actually slide something down inside the pipe, so when they bend it, it don't kink it up like it does on that. So yeah.
A universal kit, and it typically gives you a little bit more than what you actually need, but it'll give you 4 U-bends. This is called a U-bend. It'll give you 4 90s. That's a 90, and then 4 45-degree bends, and then some straight pieces that are 6 foot long, and then you just kind of piece it all together.
But these don't look like they're any pieces that you just talked about.
No, we cut them.
It's part of them. It's part of them pieces.
See here? This one is going to be cut right there because we don't need that full bend. Right here, if we use that full bend, it would point it up into the car.
Right.
So we cut it at just the right angle so it directs the pipe right where we want it. And, cut it as close as you can. Then sometimes if your angle's off just a little bit, you take a grinder and grind it to change the angle. Get it fine-tuned. Got it. It's a Flowmaster. It's a performance muffler. It's not real restrictive like your
Lift it up
average
just a little bit, Drew.
car muffler.
Well, I thought that would come right down.
So many hours does a project like this normally take, you think?
You can spend all day long on a lift to do it. This one is probably going to take 2 days to do it.
How big are these pipes?
That's 2.5 inch. Cars typically have 1.5, 1 3/4. But with a high performance engine, you want bigger diameter tubing so it can exhaust the air easier. Like Greg's race car, it's a lot more horsepower than this, and he's got 3 inch on his.
We're gonna clean it all up and paint it with exhaust paint for now, so it looks good. High temperature paint that you can put on it to stay on there for a while.
Spray paint.
Stop it from rusting and